Welcome everybody. Um, Glad to be back on the solstice, longest day of the year, most light of the year. I'm sure this is very auspicious. I couldn't tell you why, but I'm sure that it is. And uh, traditionally, the Taoists were very in touch with the phases of the moon and the seasons and the astrological charts and so on. So I'm sure there are practices for today, but I don't know what they would be. You could probably find out just using your magic Google charm. Um, but so welcome. Uh, so today we're going to experience um, what actually was something that confused me as a practitioner for many years. And I mean, as a practitioner of any wisdom tradition. And that is, how does it work that if we attain these sort of more and more awakened states of mind, how does that relate to our behavior in the world? And I just really kind of didn't quite get it, how that worked. And from the point of view of Qigong, we do this every time. We progressively expand our awareness of energy or physicality till we get into a more expanded state, a state of more of non-self. And then that brings ease and insight. But today we're going to start bringing in the qualities of that expanded state. So what are the fundamental qualities of Qi? And the Dharma teaches us about this, that if we look into some of the lists of the qualities of the awakened mind, we'll find things like patience, generosity, goodwill, compassion, those qualities of this energy. Okay, so we're going to take that step today, and we'll do what we normally do and go into the expanded state, and then we'll go into a meditation, and then we're going to imbue. We're going to suffuse the body, and then imbue that with a quality. Okay, and the quality, I think you can name it whatever you like: goodwill or goodness, kindness, in any of those qualities. So by just experiencing this expanded state and this energy flow, then that's very good for our health, good for our well-being, good for developing insight and so on. But when we consciously orient that toward becoming more kind or more patient or more generous, or developing specific qualities, bodhisattva qualities, then we can bring that into our daily life, moment to moment. And so finally about that, I think one of the main benefits of Qigong is it helps us to feel good. And that's good in and of itself. And we also then are more aware when we're not feeling good. And so when we're embodying qualities that aren't qualities of the awakened mind, such as stinginess or being cruel or being nasty, we feel that. And then we say, oh, that doesn't feel real good. So then we know that we've taken a step in the wrong direction. Okay, so just basically, do we do this? Does this lead to wisdom and compassion, or does it lead away from that? Does it lead to the end of suffering, or does it lead to more suffering? That's really what it all comes down to, moment to moment. Is this going to bring goodness, or is this going to bring trouble? And how do we know, and how do we choose? In my opinion, that's the Dharma. And you can study it all your life, but I think it comes down to something like that. So, with all that said, so there's a sinking down with this movement. This is Qigong is based on animal movements a lot, and this is really the bear. Uh, and when we sink down uh, and we turn, there's this heaviness that we're kind of driving our attention down into the earth. So when you do this, be sure to bend the knees and really sink down. This is sort of a rooting, what Tricia you would call a rooting practice. She considered there to be rooting, centering, opening, and expressing. So this would be a rooting practice. And if we send our attention down into that weighted foot, it's almost like walking. Every time we send our attention down, we're taking fuel away from the thinking mind. We're just sort of dropping into this sense of heaviness, of materiality, of steadiness, and not so much up in this butterfly, kind of fleeting butterfly-like small mind. Okay, now let's just sort of slowly reduce this. And as we come back into the standing, let's just sort of revisit the extension that we sent down with the twisting and sinking. So we can drop our attention down from the head and from the middle of the body and down and out the feet and down into the earth. So we can wiggle our toes, we can feel our toes. What would it be like what would it feel like to have roots? What would those roots feel like? What does it feel like for a tree if you were a tree? So we're extending our consciousness down through the sense of touch. Okay, and let's get a sense of this vertical line coming from the center of the earth up through the body, out the top of the head, just sort of. So that would be like a standing coat rack. We just sort of hang the body on that. And then we can extend that up through the head, up into the sky. And so what would it feel like to go up, to have branches, or to be a cloud, or to go up into the stars? Okay, and then back down into the body. And in the stillness, let's sense into the movement of the breath. Okay, so the body is an extension of the earth. The breath is coming and going, so it's breathing earth. That's the name of this Qigong, breathing earth Qigong. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and bow to the to 7 directions. So beginning with the east. And then to the south. And to the west. And to the north. And back toward your screen. And then reach up, extend up. And then touch the earth. Okay, all right, very good. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of trembling mountain. If you notice thoughts appearing, then move with a little more intensity. Okay, let's increase a little bit here. Okay, and then a little more. Okay, ready? Stop together. 1, 2, 3. Okay, breathe out the pores of the skin in all directions. Breathe in, pores of the skin, fill up. Breathe out in all directions. Extending that tingling sensation out beyond the body. So we're kind of sort of feeling into the space around the body. And back, sides, front, top, bottom. This always reminds me of a dandelion that's gone to seed. The center of it is maybe in the chest, and then we extend it out in all directions as well. Or this could be, you know, light like radiating out. It could be a bubble, anything like that. It could be the heat coming out of the body in all directions. Okay. Okay, very good. Good. Now let's do some backwash, tree and spring. So coming back to that central axis, down in the earth, up in the sky. Okay, and then bringing the attention right to the crown of the head, and then letting that come down. Let the shoulders roll forward. Cave in the chest, bend at the waist. And then coming back up. And then with the hands, so pointing to the spine. Up. One. In breath. Two. Breathing in. Okay. And repeat the backwash. So moving the attention down the spine as it opens. Open, open. Feel it opening and hanging upside down. So just feel the openness of the spine. You can turn a little side to side if you want to. Yeah, let's come up now. The fingers are directing our attention up the spine, out the head, up into the sky, all around, down to the earth, up the base of the spine, up, out. Okay, the eyes follow the hands. And last one, the eyes turn inward. And then follow the fingers up. Okay, this is the bubble around the body. Okay, and last one. Okay, and then letting the head be heavy, opening up the neck. Okay, and then shoulders, rolling the shoulders, opening the chest, opening the back. Okay, and then reverse. Okay, and then expanding the breath. So, in breath, out breath, collapse. In breath. So move at the rate of your own breath. Okay, let's do one more. All right, and rocking the pelvis, flexing the lower back. Okay, and then circling the pelvis. Okay, great. And now let's do a little some of our balance. So playing the piano, double weighted on the feet. So shifting the weight to the left, sink down a little bit. Let the right heel come up, and then go ahead and lift the right foot or keep the toe on the ground. Put all the weight on the left. And then over to the right. You can play around with this if you like. Kicks. The trick is to get all the weight on one foot before lifting the other one. Golden pheasant stands on one leg. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay, let's move from the morning routine directly to consolidating the chi. So this will begin uh, by we're basically doing a backwash and then using our hands. So we're miming lifting up something and bringing it into the belly, and resting the hands on the belly. So the belly, the womb of life, or a connection to the womb through the navel. Tremendous power, creative power of the universe. And let's let the hands expand away from the body with the in-breath. And then come back near the body with the out-breath. Let the belly relax. And now let's expand this movement. So dipping the knees. So in-breath, out-breath. Now let the hands get a little bigger. Expand the awareness beyond the body, and then compact it into the body. Let's segue into flying crane. And we're touching the limits of this area around the body with the fingertips, and then extending beyond that with our mind. Okay, this also includes up and down. And let the eyes follow the hands. If you'd like, you can count. This is a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That helps. Okay, let's just do 2 more. Okay, let's segue into cloud hands. And turning and sinking. Switch the hands. And see if you can feel a difference if instead of the palms facing each other, you face the hands out and in. So the top hand faces out, bottom hand faces in. See if that feels any different. Okay, let's reduce the movement. And let's segue into diagonal flying. So the lower hand gets sent out, and then it becomes the upper hand. Okay, let's do one more on each side. Yeah, let's reestablish the presence of that vertical line and the sense of the spine. Sense of the roots into the earth. Sense of the belly. Sense of the chest. Sense of the head. And sense of the sky, sun, the moon, stars. So it's bringing our attention into the belly area, and then being able to drop the attention down into the earth. So the body's up there, still on this vertical line, and bringing the attention up to the belly, up the middle of the body into the heart. Up into the head. And out into the area above the body. The body is down there. And being able to move our awareness anywhere vertically. Okay, and now with the next in-breath, let's expand out. Out breath, switch the hands. Continue. Let's reduce the movements. Now we can continue vertically. So in breath, switch the hands. Out breath, switch the hands. And now more slowly. Just hold for 2 breaths. Then switch. Let's take a couple more breaths. Okay. And aware of the torso, the organs in the body, the lungs, heart, stomach, bones, muscles. And with the out breath, aware of the space around the body. Okay, let's go ahead and bring up our stool, chair, cushion. If you like, you can use the Lan Fa mudra on each leg, or whatever one you want. And with the breath, let's go ahead and remember any of these movements with the breath. Flying crane, or any of the movements of the hand, or breathing the stars from all directions, breathing in and out. Just relax the body on the vertical axis, like hanging a overcoat on a tree stand, coat stand. Okay, so let's let go of the movements, the visualization, the memory, and just focus on breathing in air, and breathing in light from all directions, filling up the body. Breathing it out in all directions, emptying the body. The body, the center of the night sky. Breathing all the stars in, lighting up the body. Breathing all the stars out, back to their places. Body fills with light and then empties completely. Universe filled with stars and then empty completely. Okay, let's let go of the give and take now, the light and dark, and just rest in this field of luminous darkness. Around the body and in the body. You can see it if your eyes are closed and you focus on your eyelids. You can feel it as tingling. And now move into the consciousness that's aware of this. Unchanging, timeless, beyond space and time. Consciousness that's aware of this. The body is in the middle of it. Okay, let's come back into this sitting, breathing body. The in-breath, we're going to suffuse every cell of the body with warm light with the in-breath. With the out-breath, we're just going to let go. The in-breath, repeat. Every cell of the body is lit and alive and tingling, vibrating. When the body is suffused with life force energy, it always is. Now we're mixing our consciousness with it. We're feeling it. There, that's just how the body is. It's alive. It feels alive. And maybe there's a sense of spaciousness, openness, relaxation. And let's bring in a sense of gratitude for being alive in this moment. So suddenly, the life force energy is mixed with a sense of gratitude. And now let's mix with it a sense of healing. This body has been through a lot in this life, starting with getting born, suffered a lot of pain, tension, anxiety. And breathe this in as soothing, healing. And let's breathe now. Let's bring in a sense of friendliness. Just friendliness toward the breath, friendliness toward the body, friendliness toward being alive. It's okay. We're among friends. Right now, into the space of the heart, let's just bring in for a moment a person or a situation has been difficult. Maybe it's physical pain, maybe it's relationship problem, maybe it's something you did that was harmful for yourself or someone else. Just let that memory come in for a minute. Feel it. And then with the next in-breath, we're going to breathe in goodwill toward the pain, toward the suffering in yourself, maybe toward the other person. How does that feel for every cell of the body to be filled with a sense of goodness? Let's bring in an image maybe of someone or something you love. And focus goodness toward them. Maybe an animal. We'll just sit for a couple of minutes. You practice this either way. If there's something that you regret, that you feel badly about, something that's been difficult or some pain, you can bring that in and then fill every cell of the body with healing or goodness, kindness. And it's like water on a fire. Or you can just bring in someone you love, something you love, and suffuse the body with that. And when you're ready, you can just return to breathing the stars. sitting here in the midst of this abundance of life force energy, of breath, consciousness, enjoying the awareness of life itself. Can we in our life maybe be just a little bit less critical? A little bit more relaxed, kind, just a little bit lighter. So that we feel good. And that goodness suffuses the body, mind, and radiates beyond it, touching others. We can do this. It only requires a willingness to feel good. Let's take a few more breaths. And when you're ready, wiggle your toes a little bit. Move your fingers a little. And just loosen up if you're a little stiff. Okay. So all together, let's clap one time. Ready? Make heat. Massage the eye sockets. Comb back the hair. And make loose fists and tap the kidneys. Massage the kidneys. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for your practice. If you would like to slip away, please do so. And if you would like to stay for questions and comments, you're welcome to do that.